keep that in there. That's the transition. All right, we're live. Welcome to the podcast, Jahlin.
What's up? What's up?
So I want to start out with, I'll introduce you briefly and then I'll let you introduce yourself. So you are a professional basketball player out of Hong Kong. And the way that we know each other is because my friend Will has been training you since you've been back here in Rochester.
Right.
So with that being said, of you being a pro player now, why don't we just start back kind of, childhood? What was it like growing up? How did you kind of get to, where you are now?
Childhood, actually, fun fact, I wasn't even like an athlete. Like, I played sports at like a really young age and I stopped and I started skateboarding. So I was like skateboarding. I wanted to be like a pro skateboarder, and then I like had this really weird growth route, and then I got tall, and it was like, all right, you gotta play sports now. Like, this is what you have to do. So then I played football, baseball, basketball. But basketball is my like worst sport.
Really?
Which is crazy.
Interesting.
So, yeah, baseball is my best sport, and then football is my second best sport.
So let's start with skateboarding. So when did you start skateboarding?
In like middle school.
Middle school?
Yeah. Like middle school. I was looking up to like Paul Rodriguez.
Yep, P-Rod.
Yeah, so like I looked up to him like a lot, and then Terry Kennedy and like Rob Dyrdek. I started watching like street skate. Like I was like, I can do that.
That's interesting because I actually have a very similar story. Growing up, I was a skater too. Before I even played sports, I started skating when I was in like first grade, and I looked up to like Nigel Houston because he was like he had the long dreads, 12-year-old kid just fucking everybody up. And then Ryan Sheckler I liked, but same thing, street skating. That's cool. So what age did you hit the growth spurt that kind of nudged you in the direction of sports?
Like, I got taller than everyone else at like, was it like 10th grade?
10th grade?
10th grade, 10th, 9th grade. Because I was skateboarding all the way up to my junior year, and I stopped.
So when did you start playing basketball? Like,
seriously, like 10th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you said your best sport was baseball. What position did you play in baseball?
A pitcher.
Pitcher. And then what about football? What position did you play?
I play receiver and DN.
Damn.
I know that's weird, but yeah.
So did you have like college interests or offers for those sports?
For football?
Yeah.
Football is more like interest. Everything was all interest. But like basketball is where I had like my opportunities. So I had to like say, this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
Yeah.
So where did you end up going to school?
Savannah State University. It's like a D1 in Georgia.
In Georgia?
Yeah.
Okay. So at what point did you, like, what was it like transitioning to the pros? Like, when did you know, like, okay, I can really do something with this?
My like last year of college. So like I had like a really good start to like my season, and then like it's like some people reached out, and I was like, I can actually like make something out of it,
Mm-hmm.
And when that happened, I was like, I don't know, like it's just something was just like, just keep going. And then someone gave me an opportunity, and I went to Germany first, and everything worked out cool. So I went from Germany to Armenia, and I played in both those countries. Everything was cool. Then from there, it just kind of just went, and I just kept going and going.
So how many years have you been playing overseas then?
This is my third year.
Third year?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been in Germany, and then what was the other country? Armenia, and now you're in China?
Yeah.
So what are kind of the differences between those countries? What was Germany like?
Germany's fire.
Yeah.
It's fire. It's lit. Like, the people treat you so good. Okay. It's a lot more aggressive, but it's like, I liked it a lot.
Aggressive in terms of play?
Like, just physicality, yeah.
So what city in Germany were you in?
Neustadt and Nuremberg.
I can't even say that. I'm not going to try to repeat that.
Yeah, Neustadt and Nuremberg. It's by Hanover. Let's say I call it Hanover.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's like right over there.
So you played there for a year, and then you went to Armenia. What was that like?
That's like, I wouldn't go back.
Yeah?
Yeah, I wouldn't go back.
Why not?
It just wasn't for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like the environment like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. Like, I don't want to say nothing bad. It just wasn't for me.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you got, how does that kind of work in terms of you jumping from country to country? Is it like you're playing in Germany, then someone reaches out, you go to Armenia, then someone reaches out, you go to Hong Kong, or how does that process kind of look?
I guess just from like hearing from like other people, like the younger you are, you kind of bounce around a lot until like you get older, and you start getting those multi-year contracts. So everything's right now is like a 1 year contract, and then
Okay.
like they want you back, they bring you back, you know, and you just keep signing like that.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of the older guys have like the multi-year stuff.
So what does it kind of take to get the multi-year? You just kind of have to have a good couple years, improve yourself, and then they give you the multi-year?
Basically, they just gotta love you.
Right.
I think that's all it is.
Yeah.
But it usually comes with age too. They think like the younger you are, the more of a liability and all that stuff. It's not like the NBA where it's like the younger you are, it's like okay, stay because we want you.
Mm-hmm.
Over there, it's like you got to be established and everything like that.
Do you feel like you're kind of at a point where you're starting to establish yourself in Hong Kong?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So what was last season like for you?
I averaged 25.
Damn.
So I think I did all right. I think I did all right. But we actually me and my other American was put in a tough situation. Like so when we got there, it was like we can't lose or like we go home because like we were playing for a playoff spot because we got there late because both of us was playing in a league in America, so we wanted to stay with our teams and we like waited it out and our team lost like 2 games or like 3 games I think, so we had to like win it out. And we won it all the way out, and we went to the championship game. But we we got smacked.
So was that in like you won out? You're saying in China you won it out in
Yeah.
order to like secure your spot on the team,
Yeah, basically like to keep playing.
right?
But yeah, so we got to where we're supposed to get, but they asked us to get them to.
Yeah.
So I think I did an okay job.
So what is the style of basketball like in China?
Fast.
Really
It's like
fast?
super fast. It's like little people that's just fast.
So are you considered like a big out there?
Now I'm a guard.
You're a guard.
Yeah. So like a lot of the bigs are big. Like they're big.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But it's like really fast. Like all the like the local players, they call them local players. Like the people that are like from there, they
Mm-hmm.
call them like locals. Or like whatever country you go to, if they're from that country, they call them a local. They're all fast and they all can shoot. Like they actually can shoot threes like really good.
So is it similar? Like, how would it compare to the style in America nowadays? Because I feel like the style's a lot more fast-paced and a lot of threes
Think
these
about
days.
think about the Warriors, but a lot smaller.
Warriors was
Yeah,
smaller.
the Warriors, but a lot smaller.
Interesting. So do you fit into that style of play pretty well?
Yeah, so like in Savannah State, that's how we play. We play really fast, like fast break basketball.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought I fit in really good, like athletic and run.
Yeah.
You can shoot. Yeah.
So what is? I mean, I've never been to Hong Kong, and people listening probably haven't been to it either. So you described it to me the other night, kind of what it was like. Just talk about life in Hong Kong, what the culture's like.
It's lit. I think it's lit. Like my best way to describe it is like mixing Miami with New York. That's like the best way I can describe it. I think honestly, cause like the city life is like all skyscrapers, all lights, everything's really new, and you got some parts where it's like New York is like in like rural areas, like not as many buildings, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's nice, and the food is crazy. It's so much different food.
So the food's really diverse.
Yeah, it's a lot of diversity here.
Okay. So what is what how do they, like, in terms of like your day to day, what does that look like in Hong Kong during the season?
So you like wake up, go shoot. Well, like it depends on the time, but like they want you to go. But usually it's probably like really early. You go shoot, you come back to the crib, you really just chill until practice. So like I get to explore it around and like walk around and stuff until practice. The practice is usually at like nighttime, so it's like 8 or 9, and that's like my day, like literally my day.
How many games a week do you guys usually have?
It's one.
One.
Yeah.
And do you travel around China?
Just like in Hong Kong. Hong Kong's like huge.
So you only stay in Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. So there's multiple teams in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does the trajectory look like of players who like play overseas, maybe in Hong Kong or other countries, to like getting to the NBA? Like, is that something that is a common occurrence or not so much?
I don't know if it's like common, but a lot of people that's like played in the NBA are like have like NBA experience. Like they're all like, so put it this way, all the other Americans that are there all played in the NBA at some point in time, or were in the G League at some point in time.
Right.
I think for the most part, maybe except for like 2, but like for the most part, all of those Americans all played in the NBA at some point in time.
So do you know a lot of those guys over there then?
Yeah.
So they kind of have you received like mentorship or kind of guidance?
Yeah, this one guy named Brian Austin kind of just like took me under his like wing. Was like, "You my little bro now. Like, I
Nice.
got you." So he's kind of been like a mentor for me.
So is it, I mean, I think every kid's dream is to play in the NBA, right? Is that something that like you're shooting for? Like, is in the
Definitely,
cards for you, like trying to work your way there?
definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
So what does that process like look like in terms of transitioning to the NBA?
It's right there. I actually was like blessed to like be with the Timberwolves for a little bit. So like it was just like last summer. Yeah, I was like working out with them like consistently. Like I was with them consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a workout with the Mavericks. That went good, but you know sometimes you can't control some things. Like you can do everything that you can do the right way and do it perfectly, and things just don't work out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was in those situations. So like, I control what I could control and went about it all the right way and just learn from them.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were, when you say you were with the Timberwolves, like, were you like technically signed with the team, or were they just like
Nah,
kind of
just
feeling you out, trying to work you out, see if you could be a fit?
yeah. So I was with them like consistently, like was like a month or two.
What was the culture like for the Timberwolves last year?
It's different, bro. I don't know how to really describe it. Really, you gotta like be there.
Yeah.
Cause like they're like still figuring themselves out, you know. Like I don't know if you like really pay attention to them. Like you can see when they play, like they don't even like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they just are filling everything out. They had like a really weird situation. That's when the draft when they didn't draft anybody. You remember that? They
Mm-hmm.
didn't draft anybody. They
Mm-hmm.
picked up like two small guards, and I
Mm-hmm.
think they like let the entire office like go after that, and they like trying to start all over and build everything back up.
So you could kind of like sense that when you were with the team. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It seems like even when I watch them now, it's like they have,
a lot of individuals.
yeah, a lot of individuals. It's not really a team, and I feel like they're playing they're kind of playing the old style, like having Cat as a power forward and then having like a true center. You don't see that as much in the league anymore, and then you got like Ant and D'Lo like trying to get theirs, and it's
Going
just
crazy though.
they are.
Going
I think they
crazy.
could be really good if they figure it out.
I think they will. They had a spurt this year. I think in the beginning, like they wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
They wasn't bad.
Who did they just? I think they just beat the 76ers too
Yeah.
a couple nights ago. Yeah. Do you have connections in the NBA? Is there some guys that you know?
I'm like, yeah. I have connections with a few coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and a few players. Like I have friendships with like a few players.
Right. So in terms of you like making that transition, is it just a matter of you like proving yourself kind of in Hong Kong and then you still have those connections and kind of
It's
making the
more
jump?
just opportunity. Just like just when they come, they come. Like those opportunities are like really rare. Like
Mm-hmm.
you just kind of gotta be right place, right time, and then somebody like something just have to happen for you to get that opportunity.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of just gotta be ready because you
Right.
can get called at any time.
So what did the workouts look like last summer when you were with the T-Wolves? Is it just like you were practicing with them or what did that look like?
Basically, just like runs with them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
How do you feel like you compared to a lot of the dudes on the team?
I fit right in.
Yeah.
It was like really no difference. Like I fit right in. That's what I'm saying. Like you can do everything that you can control and like do it the right way. Things just don't, just don't work in your favor.
Right.
And I fit right in. Like there was no like big drop off or no difference really.
That's interesting. Do you feel like a lot of it's like, I don't know if political is the right word, but kind of
It's definitely the right word.
right.
It's definitely politics in that world. Like
Yeah.
it's just how it is though. It's like that overseas too.
Mhm.
It's like that. I think it's everywhere. I think even away from sports, it's still a thing too.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like kind of the reputation you have with your name, where you went to college, that type of thing,
Yeah,
probably plays a lot into it rather than because you. It sounds like you could match up just fine skill wise and like be right there with them, but if you don't have those other factors in your favor, they're
you
gonna
won't
take.
get you won't get the opportunity. Like there's some people in this world that are like nice, like really nice, but they don't have like the name or they don't have like they didn't go to a certain school or were in front of certain people that just don't get
Mhm.
the opportunity. Because there's definitely players in this world that are better than like some NBA players that just never got seen by people. You know,
Wow. So who? I mean, and with that being said, like who comes to your mind of like players who are like super tough that should be in the league that aren't?
like I got two close friends. Like one is named Tev Mack and one is named Elijah Thomas. Like both of them should be in the NBA, but it's just like you don't know why.
Mhm.
You don't know why. Like Tev, he just averaged like 20 in Italy, and then he's like 6'8". He's a 6'8" guard too, He's big body guard. And Elijah's like 6'10". He could be in the league, but I don't really know how to like speak on that perfectly. But like,
Yeah.
it's just like it's weird because like they should be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the people that, I mean, because you've obviously played basketball against a lot of different people, played a lot of basketball, the people that you've seen that are either playing at a high level overseas or making it to the NBA, like, is there something different about their approach to the game or their work ethic or their mindset, or is it a lot more just talent?
Mm, it's all different. Some people are just talented. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are just like talented, but then you got the few people that approach it like this is like I gotta take this a certain type of way, or like I won't have the opportunity.
Right.
It's all different on that one.
Right. So the mentors that you've had who have played in the NBA, like, what advice have they given you?
You gotta stay consistent. You gotta work. So all the ones that I've known, like I'm cool with, they all work hard. They're
Mm-hmm.
talented, but they take their craft like super serious, like
Mm-hmm.
super serious.
So when you say work hard, is it like every day in the gym, every day in the weight room, stuff like that?
Off the court too, like taking care of your body. That part I still gotta work on because I eat like a kid.
What are you eating right now?
Like bro, like after workouts, I go eat like pizzas, stuff like that. Like that's not, I guess it's not okay.
Well, it's so interesting because like you eating like that, you're still playing at the level you are.
Yeah,
So like just imagine,
I know,
what it would take you, where it would take you if you just like got that in check.
I know. It's crazy though. But they be on me about that a lot, and I don't like to eat a lot. At
Mhm.
one point, I was taking like these meal replacement shakes and stuff because
Mhm.
I don't know, I just don't like to eat a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm also keeping my weight. This is like the heaviest I've been like my whole life, which is crazy.
Really.
And I'm not heavy at all.
Really
Yeah,
interesting. So do they over there during the season? Do they like provide you guys food?
yeah.
Yeah. Was this lit? Okay. Not a big deal. Um, but yeah, talk a little bit about Rogers, or how do you feel about this city?
Rochester,
Yeah.
it's quiet. Is that
Mhm.
the best? I think that's the best way to describe it. It's like a retirement city.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of scene for like people our age.
Not our age at all,
And probably compared to Hong Kong, like is
bro.
it like super loud there like at night and just always noise and stuff?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is they were like super strict on the COVID thing, but like it was still like so many people outside. It was like crazy.
What was that? So were you there during the pandemic?
Nah, it wasn't. So when I got there, it was kind of when they finally like started letting things kind of get back to normal-ish. It wasn't normal still, but it was like more than what they was doing. Cause I think they were trying to get it to like zero, like the COVID thing to zero.
Mm,
So when I got there, I had to stay in a hotel for like 7 days. I couldn't
damn.
leave. It was like a movie. Like the suits they wear, bro. Like they have like those scientists, like those full body suits.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm talking about?
Like the
Like the
hazmat suits?
yeah, bro. Like that was like real. Like they had those. Like one time I opened my door and they held it open for like too long, and they like came down the hallway like that big suit like that, bro. That's just scary. To me, it's scary.
Was is I don't really know much about the political history or what it's like in China, but is it different in terms of like people's freedoms and stuff like that, or
Yeah,
is life similar?
it's similar to an extent. Like they have like their like rules and stuff. But I think they live life a little more like stricter than us. Like we don't really be caring about a lot of stuff. Cause we don't, we're Americans. Like we get like our freedom of speech and everything. Like I
Hmm.
don't think they have like freedom of speech. Like they can't speak on the government. Or like you go to jail for that. Like prison for like doing stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's not like a lot of crimes and stuff. Like they live a lot better than we do.
So strict in terms of just like
The government is like super strict on them. So like
interesting.
yeah,
Do you like? I mean, it's probably hard to compare, but do you like life better there or here? What's that kind of like?
I mean if I had the option to like where I want to play
Yeah.
here,
Well, yeah, you
what?
play in the NBA, but like
Yeah,
in terms of just like life in Hong Kong.
it's I think that's a hard question. It just depends on where you at in the States.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to put it. But life there is like super cool.
Yeah. So if you had to like compare your game to like an NBA player, is there anyone that you modeled your game after, or that you do model your game after?
If I had to compare to someone, um, probably like Mikal Bridges from like from the Suns,
Mm-hmm.
like a 3 and D.
Mm-hmm.
So like probably the perfect example because he's athletic too.
Yeah.
So it's like perfect.
Do you have Any like favorite NBA teams that you've had growing up or no?
Boston.
Boston fan? Have
Yeah.
you always been a Boston fan?
Yeah, it's like I was like born into it, so I
Okay.
didn't really have a choice. It was just there.
They're number one right now, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you watch quite a bit of NBA?
yeah. When I get the chance to,
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's so interesting. Like a lot of people that I've grew up around here, they always say like NBA, they don't play a ton of defense. It's like slow and stuff like that. But I don't feel like those people actually watch the NBA.
yeah, because they play defense, bro. Like
Yeah.
they do, but they don't. But they definitely do.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bigger court, so there's obviously
A
there's
lot more
more
space.
spacing and there's more opportunity.
It's made to score a lot. Cause
Mhm.
like you can't sit in the paint. Like overseas, some places they're allowed to sit in the paint. The spacing,
Mm.
like if like the NBA forces it to be like a lot of space so that they can score.
Right.
And they got the new all the new rules now, like the whole like hand checking and like touching and stuff. Like it's built for offense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's what's more entertaining and that's
yeah,
what
like
makes more
that.
money.
Exactly, exactly.
So, is the court smaller in China?
They're all the same.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is like was there any adjustments in terms of like different rules over there that you had to get used to?
The refereeing, bro, they think they like us Americans are like LeBron. Like they think we can just go through everything. Like we don't get foul calls like that.
So
It's crazy.
so Americans like don't get as many foul calls.
No, not at all.
Interesting.
Not at all, bro. It's crazy.
So so you pretty much can you just like lower your shoulder and just kind of go to the hoop then, or are they gonna call
They
that?
gonna definitely call
So it's
it.
like against you in both ways.
Yeah, and they think that like we just they're just automatically like way better, so we gotta like deal with things.
Right. Are the Americans definitely like dominating the league that you're in?
Definitely. Well,
Yeah.
actually, honestly, there's this one team. They have like all locals. They're like the best team in the country. Like the best team in that country. And it's
Right.
all locals.
Interesting.
But they're like really good. Like really good.
So basketball's becoming pretty big in China, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So has it always
I,
been like that, or what
I
what
think
kind of
it's
changed
always
it?
been like that. It's just more I think it's more like American media is going there now. That's what I think
Mm,
the difference is.
right. So you were telling me that like people like there, they just treat you like you're
They
a
they
legend.
they definitely treat me good. Like
Yeah,
they like I don't think you might treat me bad. They all treat me really good.
that's good. Yeah, you were even telling like Will like if he just went to a park and it was
You
just
go
like
do some dunks and stuff, bro. They'll love them.
yeah,
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 it's crazy. They just want to show. That's all they want is entertainment.
right.
So yeah,
So in terms of like your next couple years, 5 years, like what do you see for yourself? What are you trying to do?
in the league, in
Yeah.
the NBA, like that's the in 5 years from now, I should definitely be in the NBA, like settled and good.
Yeah. What do you feel like are the steps in front of you in order to make that happen?
Just the same thing I'm doing now. Just grinding it out and being consistent about it, and just being positive with it. And it'll come when it comes.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice you already have those connections in the league too.
Yeah,
Do they have scouts who come over?
yeah, they do.
They do.
They have a scout in like almost like every top country. So like basically like all the top leagues in like Europe,
Mm-hmm.
there's a scout sent from the NBA that's out there watching. There's scouts in China. There's like scouts everywhere.
Are they watching for like the whole season or just a game here and there?
That part I don't know.
Yeah.
They just pop up.
Yeah.
Half the time you don't even know though. Like people don't even know half the time.
That reminds me of the movie with Adam Sandler.
Like that with Bo.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And he's actually in the league, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he is. I think he got cut like after the movie. You remember seeing that on like Instagram?
I didn't see
Am I
that.
tripping? You remember seeing that? You remember that?
Did he get cut?
He got cut. He got cut like almost like a month, maybe after, or like a month or two.
Oh,
He
that's
got
dumb.
cut, and everyone on like social media was like, "How you guys cut Bo? Like his real name isn't Bo." So it's like, "How you cut Bo?"
Bo Cruz.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good movie. I would definitely recommend anyone listening to go watch that. Hustle.
Hustle.
Oh, it's called Hustle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hustle.
So, in terms of the players that you know in the NBA, I mean, who do you know that you're friends with?
Like Mitchell Robinson,
I've
who
heard of
plays for
him.
the Knicks, starting center for the Knicks. He's like the one I've like been around like probably the most.
Mhm.
He works a lot,
Mhm.
like a lot. He's one of the ones that's like, bro, like if you want to be here, like you gotta do like certain things a certain way.
Does he
Yeah.
eat pizza?
Yeah, bro. He's like, bro. He can do whatever he wants to. Like, literally, it's crazy. He's like, it doesn't change anything.
Like in terms of like his
Like,
diet.
yeah, like his diet and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
he's just one of those like freaks. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. He's like 7'3" and has like a 50-inch vertical. Seem like,
Damn.
yeah, he's crazy.
How did you meet him?
So basically, his trainer, my mom had like a mutual friend. So like, I was like plugged in with them, and this trainer trained me during the pandemic. So I was with
Hmm.
them over the whole pandemic.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's I feel like that it's crazy that I didn't realize like how close that you are. Like I didn't realize that you were like working out with teams and had the connections and that there's scouts in Hong Kong. So that it's exciting to see what you'll do.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there any like aspects of like for people who haven't? I mean, I know you compare yourself to Mikal Bridges, but for people who haven't watched you play, like how would you describe your game?
I'm an athletic shooter. There you go. I think that's the perfect way to say it.
Yeah,
It's an athletic shooter. Like, I'm not gonna wow you with my handles or nothing, but like, I'm gonna go try and guard the best player on the court, and I'm gonna make my shots.
yeah,
And if fast break, like I get a little oohs and ahs here and there,
yeah.
but that's like the perfect way I think to describe me.
That's interesting because that's exactly what I told you. I think when he started training you, he sent me a video, and I said like athletic sniper. He's tough. That's exactly how I describe
Yeah,
it.
that's like, cause like I don't do too much. I don't think, 'cause, like example, like whenever I do get to the NBA, I'm going to be a 3-and-D. Like that's going to be my role is like play defense and knock down your open shots. And when
Hmm.
you get that chance to go bang out, you have to like bang out.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be like my situation.
Is there any aspects of your game that you feel like need to be polished before you make that jump?
Shooting,
Shooting.
I shoot pretty good now, but it needs to be like Cal Corver type shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Klay Thompson when he was like stupid hot. I think
Yeah.
he's pretty cold now, but when he was like crazy hot, I need
Mm-hmm.
to be like that.
So what was your 3-point percentage last year?
I want to say it's like 40 club. I
40.
want to say
I
it's
mean
40,
that's
it's like 38 to 40.
okay. Yeah, I feel like everyone in the NBA can shoot these days. Like it doesn't matter if you can't shoot, it
If you
doesn't.
can't shoot, you can't play. Nowadays, what it seems like.
Right. Do you have any predictions for the season?
The final, like for the finals, like who's gonna
Yeah.
win it all?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It seems like every few weeks it's a new team that's like going crazy. So you
Yeah.
just never know. Like right now, I think who was it? The Sacramento Kings on what like a 6-game winning streak.
Mhm.
Is it 6 games? I think
Yeah.
like the Kings.
They got is Mike Brown their coach now?
I'm not sure who their coach
I
is.
think it was. He was the assistant for the Warriors last year.
Yeah,
And
that's their coach right now, the head
yeah.
coach.
Yeah.
And I know they're on a win streak, which is like weird.
That'd be cool to see like the Kings just come out and like nobody would expect that.
And then the Warriors on like a crazy losing streak.
Yeah.
I think they just won their first game in what, like they lost like every away game this year. I think. If I'm not mistaken.
They were losing quite a few games. I think they were 19th in the league
Yeah,
out of the 30 teams. And then last night they lost by 45.
they lost by 45 last night.
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't see that.
But they sat Steph, Clay, Draymond and Wiggins, I think.
That's why they're resting on.
Right. Either resting him or I feel like part of me thinks that they might be proving a point to Jordan Poole. I feel like he's
That
getting
you need them. That he need them.
yeah, like I feel
I-
like he's getting a big
I
head.
think he knows that though. I don't think he has a bit. I think from just inside people like he's humble about the situation. Like
Oh, really?
he's not like saying like, oh, this is mine. Like I need my shot or whatever like that.
Right.
He's just like, I'm happy to be here.
That's interesting because I feel like the media completely skews that. Because
Yeah.
I obviously don't know anyone on the inside, so that's completely just coming from what I read on the media.
I remember when him and Draymond had the incident. People were saying like Draymond like hit him because he was like being big headed or something like that. Like nah, they just had it's just basketball, man. You guys know how it is. Like you just get heated sometimes,
Right.
and then Draymond kind of had some other issues, and he just took it out in that situation.
Wow. Yeah, see, that sucks for someone like Jordan Poole then because, like,
You get a bad look.
he gets a bad look when, they take that story in the media and they want to make it big to just get views, get clicks. Where the whole time, like you said, he's just, like, being a humble dude and doesn't have that big a head.
Yeah, it's a part of it, though. That's the media. That's what they do.
Yeah. Did they give you, is there, like, a lot of media
It
coverage
is.
in Hong Kong?
Yeah. The social media world out there is big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, y'all.
Did they give you training on, like, how to
Handle it.
handle it? No.
Just don't be stupid.
Yeah. I heard in China they have like this app called WeChat.
Yeah, they do. I never downloaded it though. I didn't use it. But
Yeah.
they do.
It's like from what I heard, it's like they live their whole life on there.
They
It's
do.
like
It's like how they send money and everything. Like they do everything through it.
yeah, it's like a mix of like Snapchat, Venmo, Instagram, TikTok,
Yeah,
Twitter. It's literally all
everything.
in one.
Everything. I don't use it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was cool. I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. Is there anything is Hong Kong a pretty safe city?
Yeah, it's super safe.
It is.
I think everywhere is safer than America.
Really?
That's what it seems like. At least the places I've been to are all safer.
Do you have any like favorite spots that you've been across the world?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong's
I
your
think Hong
favorite.
Kong's my favorite.
That's good that you get to play there then.
Yeah, it's fun, bro.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So are you still on like a 1-year contract?
Yeah. So right now, like they have to like the next season starts in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, like just go back and just train to the fall. Like that's a long time.
That is a long time to
But
train.
COVID pushed it all the way back. So it, like their whole scheduling and stuff is all mixed up and weird.
So they instead of playing a season from fall to like spring summer, they played it from like spring summer to
So like apparently the season that like just got done was going on for 3 years. So like COVID like shut it down completely. Then they started. Then it got shut down again. And they just finished. Like they literally just finished. That's why it ended so weirdly. Like we ended and everyone started. Because of that. That's why. So that starts back in the fall.
So they usually play in the fall, but now they're giving them a break because it's been going on for so long.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's weird timing.
So were you you scored 25 a game. Were you the top scorer on your team?
Yeah.
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 Do they have like an all-star game and stuff like that out there?
Nah. Which is weird.
Yeah.
It is weird, but no, they didn't. But I still think COVID just affected all of it so much. They just like, all right, we gotta finish this thing, get it done, so we can move on to next season.
Right. What do you feel like is like the future of basketball in terms of like style and play and where things are going?
To where it's at now, I think it's gonna get bigger.
Mm.
I think after a certain amount of time, like if you're not at least like 6'6", you can't play nowhere.
Yeah.
Like example, that kid that's in France is like 7'5", bro.
Victor, I can't remember his last
I don't know
name.
how to say his last name, but he's like 7'5", bro. You see what he's doing?
Yeah.
It's a lot of kids like that. You see Chad?
Mm-hmm.
Chad's like 7 foot, 7'1". Chad can play just like him.
Yeah.
And I think the more the league goes, the bigger it's gonna get. Like point guards are gonna be like 6'6", 6'5" on average.
That's tough to hear for people like me.
But I think as it grows, because it's like kids want to be like that. Like the bigger kids are like, I'm not a center, I'm a guard.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be like that.
That's gonna be exciting.
It is.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Then you'll fit right into that. I mean, you'll probably be you already are a guard. How tall are you? 6'7"? 6'7"?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with the NBA. It seems like it's becoming a lot more global too.
It is.
I remember when I was younger, there wasn't as many European or just overseas players.
Bro, now it's like, if you ask me, the best players in the league are like low key the Europeans.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like you got Luka, you got Giannis, you got who else?
Embiid.
Embiid is not American. Actually,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Yeah, Jokic too. All
Yeah.
the top players are like Europeans.
If you took like the top 5 European, they'd probably beat the top 5 American.
They was talking about that like not too long ago. They
Yeah.
probably would, because it's all the best players in the league right now, low key.
Why do you think that is? That like a lot of these
They also be pros since they're like 16. Yeah, so they be playing for a long time at a high level. Like
Right.
Luka's been killing since he was a kid.
against like adults.
Yeah, against adults.
Interesting.
So I think that's an advantage they get.
Is there kids in your league? Like what's the
Yeah,
youngest?
they do. I don't know. The youngest might be like 18, 17.
Okay.
But yeah, but if they're young and they're playing, they're nice.
Is that a lot of the locals that are young?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like 1 or 2 on each team that's like really young,
Right.
but they be really nice.
So are you gonna play against Dwight Howard this upcoming season or no?
Nah. Nah.
He's in Taiwan.
He's in Taiwan. That's like up the street.
Okay. Is Taiwan a city?
It's a country.
Is it a country? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm sounding bad at geography on the podcast. But yeah,
He made me think about that too. I had to
Yeah.
answer unsurely for a second. But yeah, it's a country.
he's Did he move over just because people didn't want him? Like nobody would pick
I
him up.
don't think nobody picked him up, and he was like felt disrespected. So he's like, I'm gonna just go overseas and get paid to play.
And he's shooting threes now too. Didn't he have a few threes in his last game?
He did, bro. He went like 2 for 10.
Oh, two
But
for
the
10.
fact that he shot him, I like it. I
Yeah.
don't care what his percentage was. I like that he's doing it.
Right.
And he was coming off like pick and rolls and stuff.
Right.
I was like, do your thing, bro.
Yeah, that's cool to see.
Do your thing. He's happy. That's all that matters. He's happy.
Right.
And
right.
they see how they treat him. Like, this is amazing. Just like the NBA. But I think they give him more love there than here.
Really? So do you feel like, take like a role player in the NBA compared to like in how they're treated in America, do you feel like
They would be treated like LeBron.
right?
They would get treated just like that because that's NBA. So that's all they see in like the foreign countries is, oh, he's in the NBA. He's the best of the best. Like we love that regardless. They don't care who it is. You can take a no-name kid off of any NBA bench. He goes overseas. It's crazy.
So even for how you live when you're out there, is it like when you're walking around, how is it dealing with like fans and stuff like that?
It's cool. It's like once my face really got like numb, it's just like pictures everywhere. But like you get used to it. Like it's cool because they're like all in good spirits. So it's like all positive energy. So it's like cool. Like
Right.
it's not bad at all.
So is it the type of thing where you'll be out and about going to a restaurant or something and someone will like come up and ask for a picture and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
It is cool. When I first got back here, man, me and my mom went out to eat somewhere like Minneapolis. It was like one of those like Japanese places.
Yeah.
One of the kids came up to me and was like, "Yo, like this you?" Like showed me my Instagram. It was like, "That's you." It's like, cause he's from Hong Kong, but he goes to the U, and he was like, "Yo, this is you." Like, "Oh, that's you." Like, "What's up?" And they're like, "Oh, I'll take pictures and stuff like that."
Oh, that's so cool.
But just like when I'm out there though, it's like all the time.
Right.
It's all the time. It's like, hey.
I feel like that's what you're always like looking forward to as an athlete, like growing up, like wanting to be on that stage.
It's cool though.
Yeah.
I don't take it for granted because it can be gone in like any day.
Right. Yeah, that's really cool. Do you still skate at all?
Nah.
No.
I should.
When was the last time that you skated?
Bro, like high school.
High school?
I'll do it though. I'll try. I don't think it'd take that long to get back to it.
Were you pretty good at it?
I was alright.
Yeah.
I wasn't bad. Like I could try.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, could you
could
trade
try.
flip?
So
Yeah.
I think I was okay.
Yeah. And you said you were more into like the street skating style.
Yeah. So like stairs, ledges, all of that stuff.
Do you have any like mixtapes of you skating? No.
Nah, I wish. I was trying to on my phone. Like you know how you like prop your phone up as a kid, you just like have it on the ground and it looks so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah. I really loved the skate culture growing up too.
I think it was fire. I don't know why. It's not as lit as it used to be.
Mhm.
When like we were growing up, it was like it was
Yeah,
cool. It was actually cool. I think it was cool.
I feel like basketball is kind of like
It's taking over.
everyone like just wants to play basketball and be like pro. Whereas I feel like back then it was more like spread out. Like you had the kids who like to skate and do that, and it was definitely a cool thing to do. Like I remember when I was skating, I wasn't living in Rochester, but we would just go throughout the city just trying to find different
spots.
spots.
That's how we were too. Just like 5 or 6 of us in a group, just skate, just looking for stuff, like looking for spots to go ahead.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Did you ever snowboard?
No, I want to so bad.
Yeah.
I heard it hurts though.
If you fall, yeah, it can hurt.
Hurts, but I want to. Like that's like one of the things I really want to do.
So we'll do it. I mean, you're out here for another month, right?
I don't know where to go.
Yeah, we'll go. There's a place. Have you snowboarded? You could learn. I mean, you're athletic. So there's a place. It's only like 40 minutes from here. It's called Welch Village. It's actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
If not, there's places in the cities too, but I think you would like that a lot. I mean, we should do it before you go.
I'm down. That's like literally like the last like 2 years I've been saying like I want to skateboard. Like that's all I want to try.
Yeah, I mean, if you like skateboarding, snowboarding's like, I don't know. I skateboarded in the summer, and then every winter was just all about snowboarding. And what's fun about snowboarding too is you can still do the street thing.
Like the rails and stuff.
Yeah. So like what people would do is like find a rail in the city, and then they'd build up like a platform to
Yeah,
get some speed, drop
I
in.
seen some videos. That was scary though.
Yeah, I would never do that type of stuff.
Cause you can't even bail out. Like you
Mm.
gotta like stick it through if you mess up, don't you?
Yeah,
Cause you
cause
gotta let the boost on.
yeah, it's stuck to your feet, so you gotta
Yeah.
really know how to fall.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
I mean, as long as you wear like a helmet, you're good. You wouldn't wear a helmet.
Not wearing the helmet, though.
You gotta be good to go for back when you get to Hong Kong,
I
though.
know, but you know how it goes,
Yeah.
man. I don't want to wear a helmet.
Yeah.
That's like when you skate like park and they say
Yeah.
wear a helmet.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, I always like my parents would always try to make me wear a helmet. And
I'm
I
like,
was like,
nah.
they drop me off, I'd leave it on this side and then just go
Exactly.
skate.
So I'm like, nah, I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's nice about like a lot of the snowboarding, they're not even mountains in Minnesota. They're more
Nah.
just like big hills, but they're still pretty nice, and they have like terrain parks too, obviously. So like you can still get that street feel while being on the mountain. You know, they have rails and jumps and stuff like that. But really, what's cool about it is you can just get like way high up there, and then like finding like the back roads, like there'll be all these little trails through the woods that just have like these jumps, like
And
and
you
you go,
just go down the woods
yeah.
the woods.
Yeah, it's not like you're like it's not like a woods like this. Like there's already trails carved out of people
So
who've
it's
done
made
it.
for you to do it.
Right, so you can kind of carve through the woods and like go off this jump and drop back into the trail.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
that's probably
sure.
scary to me.
Yeah. Well, you obviously start out like the lower hills, and once you get that down, like if you have skating experience,
I'll be okay.
you'll be good at
It's
it.
been like years.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It comes back quick. It does come back quick. Skateboarding's pretty big in China too, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed like a lot of the like people who are winning like street league.
They're all like Chinese,
Yeah, they're all Chinese, just doing crazy stuff that you've never seen before.
which is crazy though. I
Yeah.
think it's crazy because it's like not really. It's not like a real like thing here no more. Like it's
Mhm.
not big. I don't say like a real thing, but it's not as much attention anymore,
Mhm.
which is weird though.
But you in Hong Kong, do you see that?
I've seen people skateboard out there.
Have you seen any of the skate parks or
Not
people
like
doing street?
nah, but I've seen like people like just like you know how we just like run around like just run around like on the street like here like
Right.
looking for stuff. You see that though.
Right. That's cool. Well, what do we have for time? I mean, before we wrap it up here, Jahlin, I mean, what is there anything that you want to say? This is a good way to put it. Think of someone who's like in high school and they play basketball and they're killing it right now.
Yeah.
And they have their sights set on, getting to a point where you're at. Like, what advice would you give to that person? What advice would you give to your 18-year-old self?
Like the same thing I told my little brother. Like, don't really worry about like trying to be cool. Like the being cool part comes with being successful. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't worry about fitting in. Like, go focus on your sport. Like do your schoolwork. All that stuff I don't really have to say. Like that comes first. But focus on your sport. Like focus on what can like take care of you and your family. Like, don't worry about fitting in and being cool. Like stuff that doesn't matter.
It seems like if you focus on yourself and your sport and your family, like you just naturally are cool that
That's what
way.
I'm saying.
And then when you're like trying to be cool, it's like people can tell,
That's what I'm saying. So like, if you handle that stuff, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's like I think that's the biggest thing. A lot of kids nowadays, they want to fit in so bad, but they don't realize the kids that's like the cool kids don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really don't care, and they do. Like most of them like play their sport. They just play their sport.
Yeah, absolutely. So I like that a lot. Where can people find you on social media if they want to, follow you, connect?
My Instagram is jhoops_22.
So JAY.
Yeah, JAYHOOPS_22.
All right, sweet. We'll make sure to link it in the description. But thanks for coming on, dude. Let's go eat some sushi.
I appreciate it. Let's do it.